Hello, everybody, and welcome, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, to the first ever Unapologetically Black and Fast here at GDQ. You may be wondering how this came about. Well, the obvious part is that it is Black History Month, but we wanted to really commemorate a lot of the Black speedrunners in the community and celebrate in their Black joy by giving them a weekend-long marathon to showcase some of their favorite runs that they've been doing over their speedrunning career. So what you're watching right now again is Unapologetically Black and Fast. This is going to be a new recurring annual marathon where Black speedrunners are going to be front and center. And this is going to be all weekend long, full days of speedruns, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern both days. You can type !schedule in the chat to find your favorite new runs or find some runs that are some old favorites that you want to watch over and over again. We also wanted to give a really big thank you to OC Remix and their community for providing us a specially curated song list for this weekend, where we're going to be listening to nothing but Black musicians and artists for the duration of the weekend. If you're watching this right now on YouTube, make sure you go to twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick. And if you're interested in our live content, go to Games Done Quick on YouTube. Sorry about that. I did a little bit of mixing up. Starting at weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. Just as some gentle reminders too, while you're here and enjoying some delicious Black content. Your subs and bits also help support our weekly Hotfix content and fun events like what we're putting on today. If you like Hotfix, feel free to support the channel by subscribing or cheering. Make sure you use those Prime subs. You get free stuff. It helps the channel for free 99. You want to do that. And just a couple of other quick things you want to add in. Frost Fatales is going to be February 27th to March 5th. And you can use !FF in chat or go to gamesdonequick.com/framefatales to get some more information about that upcoming schedule. You may even see a host that you recognize in that. And if you have any ideas for some new events that you want to see out there, go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix and submit those fresh ideas. So let's go ahead and hop right into everything. We're going to start the entire weekend strong with our first runner, Anarchy. Anarchy, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am delightful, but I'm not caffeinated yet, so we're gonna fix that here momentarily. That's also just a quiet shout out to everybody in chat. Make sure you're staying hydrated this entire time. Keep snacks on hand, keep water on hand, keep your caffeine on hand if you need to. But tell us a little bit about what you're gonna be running for us.
All right, so my name is Anarchy, and today I'm going to be running Wolfenstein: The New Order for you guys. It is the first game in the Alt Timeline series made by Machine Games to try and resurrect the Wolfenstein series. And basically, this game explores sort of an alternate timeline on whether Nazis would have won World War II and the repercussions of that.
We don't like those. So you're gonna speed run and show us how that's not how that goes down then.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, without further ado, Anarchy, I will let you start us off strong with a little bit of Wolfenstein: A New Order. You want to take it away?
Alrighty then, let's get right into here. The time is going to go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1.
Eyes open, Blazkowicz. You keep a lookout. I need to go to the fifth. A sight! No, not today. Blazkowicz, go back into the flight deck. Clamp the fuel line to engine 6, quickly!
Alright, so as you can see, we started in media race here, sort of in the middle of the action. There's a lot of things going on. So basically, the beginning of Wolfenstein: New Order starts out a lot like Fallout 4, if you've ever played that, where basically how there's sort of a pre-war section to the beginning of that game. There's a section here where we explore the beginning, or not the beginning, but sort of the middle of the World War II. Before we get to the unfortunate end where the Nazis won in this timeline. As I said, a bit of a spoiler alert, the Nazis sort of won here, so we might do a bit of losing here.
Up to the turret, Blazkowicz. Go! Take kills. Mind that friendly.
As I also mentioned previously, this is the second attempt at a resurrection of the Wolfenstein series. The first was the Wolfenstein 2009 game made by Activision, which you can actually see a couple of references to here in this game. Machine Games did a much better job at a sort of resurrection of this series, as this is the first game of about 4.5 in this series. This is the New Order, which was followed by the prequel, The Old Blood, and then the sequel to this game, which is the New Colossus, and then the sequel to that, which is Young Blood, and then there's a sort of a half sequel VR game, Cyberpilot.
I didn't even realize there was a VR game for this.
Yeah, that's why I like to sort of call it like a half game, because it's not really a sequel, but it's a new game. So
Okay, and so everything that you're doing here, this seems like you're just on kind of like a Rails event where you just kind of have to go through and kill stuff as quickly as you can.
yeah, basically that's the gist of the speed run. It's run to the end as fast as you can and kill as many Nazis as you can on the way there.
I mean, that sounds about the way things usually go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Playing out your rats, can't you? Hey, Condor 9, this is Vulture 1. You're crowding me. He's off. Negative Vulture 1.
Oh, not the unskippable cutscenes.
Yeah, this first chapter in the game is the longest by far. We'll be here for about 20 minutes or so, just doing this first chapter here. It's a lot of it's very cutscene heavy.
Unfortunate you can't skip those then, because that would be a lot of time saved, sadly.
Yeah, the game handles it a lot better down the line, where most cutscenes are they're sort of stapled to loading screens. So basically, you might have seen it in the beginning, where there was a cutscene and we skipped it. It's basically just to hide the loading, and then after it's done loading, you can skip it.
Oh my goodness. So much going on all at once.
Listen up, pay close attention. Now, you see the pilot's wheel.
So as we can already see here, this is not going very well for the Allied forces here. So it's a little bit of indicative of what was to follow after this. But what I'm going to explain now is I'm going to explain the first bit of tech here. I forgot to mention earlier, but I am playing any percent glitchless, so we're not going to be doing any major glitches in this game here. One of the bits of tech that we can use to save time is reload from last checkpoint, where basically sometimes when specific events occur, the game will actually autosave before it happens, and you can use it to skip time. So here, the plane is actually going to get hit in a second, and we can skip it by reloading the checkpoint. It saves us a bit of time there.
Excellent. So, what made you want to do Wolfenstein: A New Order glitchless as your speedrun? Like, was there any type of certain appeal that drew to that, or is it just something that you happen to really enjoy?
So previously, before I began running the New Order, I actually ran the one of the older games in the series, Wolfenstein 3D, which is sort of the predecessor to Doom. And the speedrun for that game is a lot shorter. It's I mainly ran the first episode, and it's at maximum like 3 minutes. So I really enjoyed that, but I thought it was time for change. I wanted to run something a bit longer, and I've been playing Wolfenstein pretty much since it came out, and I love the series with like all my heart. So I decided this would be a good speed game to start playing.
Gosh, they're still having a bad time. The times are just increasingly. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Just kind of beating people up. We're trying to be the good guys, but in turn, we decided, no, but what if? And it's always interesting to see games that go down the what if sideline, because it's like,
Yeah.
but what if we didn't do that?
Yeah, it's really interesting. Honestly, you could do a lot with what if scenarios for games and even a lot of other kinds of media. Like that's why Disney's What If for the Marvel was so popular, because it's what if.
Yeah, I know some of my favorite ones were when they did iterations of the heroes being what if zombies. And I'm somebody that I just like playing a lot of zombie games. So I was like, oh, this is interesting. Yeah. This is very interesting. It's not very interesting at all. It's just zombies. But I like to shoot zombies, and that makes me happy. Ooh, the Kefka wings. Yeah.
A beast built
Alright, so what just happened there? We actually just skipped one of the first like major glitches that happens in regular any percent category. Basically, what you can do is instead of swimming here, you can actually clip into the crash plane that we just passed, and you can clip into it and go through these rocks and skip the majority of what we're about to do. Oops, we got a bit of a glitch there, but yeah, that's one of the. There's not a lot of major glitches in this game. The difference between world records for any percent and any percent glitchless are maybe like 10 minutes.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
We were talking a couple of things in chat a little bit too about Pride, Prejudice, and zombies. Another thing that's a classic that's like, but what if you added zombies to that? And I know too that we had a recent Wolfenstein that tried to do a little bit of that, but it didn't do too terribly great. I know we've had some DLCs that have done things like that too.
Yeah. But I'm hoping I think the Wolfenstein 3 is in the works, and I'm hoping that they'll be able to sort of recapture the essence of this all timeline here.
Wait, did you just hop in a tank for like a smooth 10 seconds and then hop right back out? Like, okay, that's all I wanted.
Yeah.
I just need to fire these off right quick.
Oh, quick.
Oh my gosh. And it's wild trying to keep track of everything going on there, because I can imagine first-time players, that screen shaking is probably going to be a little intimidating. Oh, that was that was a grenade. Okay. Oh, we're schmoving now. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and watch, because I was like, oh, I can just talk about this a bit. Nope. We got a grenade. We schmoving. There's a hole. We gotta get your feet seized. Okay, that's why you cover your feet in all games, not just fighting games. Keep your feet covered at all times.
Yeah, so here, this is really the beginning of the essence of this game. It's a lot of, sprint to the end sort of stuff going on. So,
no.
especially this one, it's very long, so we're just gonna try and speed it up as much as we can here.
Oh my gosh, get out of here. I love a good puppy, but these puppies, we can't be doing this. We can't do this right now. We're trying to go somewhere.
Yeah, usually you're able to jump over them, but we had some oopsies going on there. Running out of bullets and such. Oh, I died. Wow.
Oh no, not this! It's okay though. It's cool. We're always prepared.
Usually deaths and stuff on leaderboard runs don't matter as much. Same with the reloading and such. They don't matter that much, because for leaderboard runs, we use a load remover, so it makes it a lot easier.
Okay. That's
a little bit too close to the last time. That's alright.
These things happen. These
things do indeed happen.
It's the essence of speedrunning, right? It's like being someone that's a speedrunner and learning a speedrun. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that people struggle getting over the hump of, is accepting that you're going to die a lot. And whether it was accidental, whether it was something that was like, I'm trying to get this time skip, the essence of getting really, really high up on your, or high skill cap, I want to say, for your speed runs, there's a lot of death that goes down. But
yeah,
in this,
the best of us.
But in this case, we're trying to make sure that we invoke a lot of Nazi death.
Yeah.
And so, that's how you kind of balance the two. I died a lot learning this, but at the end of the day, I won over the Nazis, and that's what matters.
Yeah. The very essence of this game is after we get past this very long first chapter, the rest of it will start flying by. So to simplify it a bit, it's basically we're going to wake up about 14 years in the future after finding out that the Nazis have won World War II. And the rest of it is we're going to gather the resistance together, we're going to kill as many Nazis as we can, and fuck their shit up, basically, is what's going to happen.
These things... Oh, no, ma'am. Ma'am, hold on, stop. Is that a robotic... It is. Yikes.
It's a very big doggy.
That, I hate all of it. I hate every second of that. That was terrifying. Yeah, we gotta blow his head off. I don't like that. I don't like that. Was not prepared for mechanical big teeth doggo.
Behind us now is a centre pillar of the German army.
I'm also just sitting here. If you have moments of me going quiet, it's because I'm also reading some of the commentary that's on the screen when it comes up. Because I just want to see what the actual for lack of better phrasing, we'll just say story is this. Oh no, not the wall sequence. Oh no, I'm having flashbacks. Oh, it's
Indeed, the
flashbacks
wall
to Contra.
sequence.
I'll say
Oh no.
it's the flashbacks to Contra 3, trying to run up the wall and then having to do the whole boss fight on the wall.
Yeah.
And even to this day, I just look at that fight and I'm like, who hurt you? Why did you do this? Why would you do this?
In our case, we've just got a big old plane in the wall.
And I have to break it to some of the people in chat, but it's true. This is a case where we are not going to be petting the dog. That is not on the agenda. I don't recommend petting those dogs. As a matter of fact, I don't recommend being within 50 feet of those dogs, if at all possible.
Yeah, in most cases, we'll try to jump over them. It's an easy way to skip them, but I got a bit unlucky there, so we had to do a bit of killing them.
That's up to you now, Blazkowicz.
Alright, so now we're moving around to some... Oh, I recognize that name. Timeout. I do need to know enough Wolfenstein that I recognize that name that came up on the screen. It's like, I see you. Oh god, more of them. I hate it. I hate it. And I really enjoy just watching the movement of going through, and it's even like the disrespect factor that's being had, because you're just walking behind everything. The man is standing there and is just like, I would like to wait for mine, and you literally just walk past him. It's like, I can't be bothered to talk to you. Just figure out something to do.
Yeah.
Find some business. Please. Oh no, not this monster. Anything but this.
So what we've just done is we've basically the entirety of this. Oh, I detached a turret. Wow. The entirety of this, the entirety of this chapter here is basically what we're doing is storming the main villain. His name is General Deathhead. We're storming his castle here, and this was really what was supposed to be the turning point of the war. However, it didn't end very well for us, and the Nazis ended up using this loss for the Allies to win the war. And yeah, so what we're doing here is we're pretty much scaling this.
Oh, okay. Oh, uh-oh. Somebody trying to get... Oh, why? Get out of here. The dogs are all about trying to mess up your run today. Like, we've said several times.
I've never had this much problem with dogs today, but, we have a problem here.
It's all easily recoverable, it looks like, though. Just small things here and there, but... Puppies are out for your neck today, and I don't know why the aggression is so mighty, but I need the dogs to have a little bit of a seat.
Yeah, what just happened there actually is had a bit of a sometimes there's like an extra Nazi there. You're supposed to kill all the Nazis there in the outside portion there, but sometimes there'll be one extra one, and they'll just show up there and they'll delay this checkpoint here, which is kind of annoying, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's always frustrating. There's always that one guy, it feels like, that's in the run that literally perpetually is like, okay, so I've swept the room and it's not going to the next sequence, what's wrong with this picture? And it's that guy, he's always kind of in the back corner, he's facing a wall, he's kind of got his gun down, he's kind of just looking at the ceiling, and it's like, you look lost. Why are you still here? You're ruining everything.
Yeah, I'm just going to ruin your run. I'm just going to ruin everything for you.
It's always that guy. There's always at least one guy in each run that does
that guy, yeah.
That guy, the run hold up guy. It's just, hey, what if you just, can you pretend you died? Because we have things to do.
Alright, there we're gonna do another checkpoint reload. We're not gonna wait for Blondie to jump there. We're just gonna go ahead and skip his whole spiel. There we go, we can just go ahead and jump.
Oof.
Fortunately, this once again does not end well for us.
Of course not.
Take a big old rock to the noggin.
Yike. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, that's one of those cases where it's like, so you survived that. Would you like to talk about it? Or...
What a fucking circus. My feet are broken.
What is this place?
So, unfortunately, I have to introduce one of the worst parts of this game.
See if you can find a
This
way
game
over
doesn't
that
shy
hole.
away from sort of showing you some of the atrocities that the Nazis committed in real life and also in this sort of alternate timeline as well. So the main villain of the series, General Deathhead, and he's a Nazi scientist, and he's doing all types of crazy experiments on people, and this is sort of the fruit of his work, which is really unfortunate to see.
Wait, shit! Let's try this one.
This is a little harsh. This is a little harsh, but I think too that kind of comes with the conversation in. Oh, hang on one second.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry about that. Comes with the conversation in territory of a lot of the Wolfenstein games. For those who aren't very aware, the Wolfenstein games have a recurring theme of dealing with Nazis at a very, very base level, at a very, very baseline level. And so it's not very surprising that it kind of comes through with that kind of stuff. And as you kind of said, I don't think the games have ever really shied away from that. Like, they've really, really, over the course of their entire game's lifetime, drilled home the part where it's like, no, Nazis are bad. Like, these are bad people. There's not a kind of secondary part of saying, oh, well, maybe there was a point. No, there's not. Trust me.
There's no sugarcoating it.
No,
which is
there's-
as it should be.
Yeah, it was a this. That's just not how that goes. So yes, and think of it too as like a motivator to be like, wow, I have to really get rid of these people because this is. Hang on, what in the world is this, sir? Sir, are you in a mech suit? Oh, you were in a mech suit. About that. Yikes.
Another fruit of Deathhead's sort of work, they are called the Super Soldaten. They're German super soldiers that they use to their advantage. Another reason why they, in this timeline, ended up winning the war.
Oh, that's real big. That's real big. Accidental, like Captain America energy. If you know, like the background of the Captain America comics and a lot of like how they got. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like it. He got to get away.
And that is our villain, General Deathhead, who, funnily enough, who will actually look at you, no matter where you are here. He will turn to face you, which adds to his sort of creepiness.
Yeah, like this is actually jarring. I don't. I gotta end this, man. I can't.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So I did just skip that, but he ends up taking us and our friends captive here, and he's gonna force us to make a bit of a choice.
It's a dying
Oh no. I actually hate this man. I've seen him for 2 minutes and I've decided I hate him.
I like you, such a resilient specimen. With you, I could do great things.
It's also the part where they really, really nail the like uncanny valley stare and just the full aesthetic of this person is evil.
Eva's evil, yeah.
There's nothing about him that I look at and I go, maybe there was a redeemable person there once upon a time. Nah, he probably came out off the flip evil. Oh no, are we gonna have some type of weird gore stuff that's gonna happen here?
Not immediately yet, but he is going to have us make a choice in a second. So basically, one of the gimmicks of this game is there are two different timelines based on who you choose to save here. He's going to make you have to kill one of your friends here, either Wyatt or Fergus. For speedrun purposes, both of the timelines, they bring different sort of mechanics to them. But Wyatt's lockpicking mechanic is makes speedrun a lot faster and a lot easier. So we're going to have to end Fergus's life here, unfortunately.
Yeah, that sucks. Now, that's really interesting, too, that they make you have a choice. And then in those two choices, they say this is a mechanic that you're now gated from, but this is the one you have access to. And so what would be the other option if you decided to 86 the guy who does lockpicking?
Wyatt's mechanic, his is lockpicking, and Fergus's mechanic is hot wiring. So you would have access to different sort of areas, but Wyatt's lockpicking allows us to open up a lot more areas that make the speedrun easier.
Okay. Good to know. Well, it's been real. We appreciate you, and we are so sorry for the incoming doom. My bad, fam. Also, bless up for that skip.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Not a great cutscene to watch.
No.
Otherwise,
Oh, but this man, he's out here schmoovin' too. Now, how are you in that? Now, how are you in a big suit and messing up like this?
Yeah. Owned. Alright, let's get out of here.
The always classic case of my suit is giant, so I have a pack on the back that can be one shot.
Yeah.
It's about to blow. We gotta get this window open. Come here. I'll help you with your handcuffs. Take the lock to the window.
Oh yeah, he's already goated. He said, "No, we don't do handcuffs anymore. We're not doing this.
We don't do handcuffs here.
No, we're not. We don't have time."
Alright, and that is the first chapter. And like I said, the longest in the game, we're gonna be schmoovin' for the rest of this, pretty much.
Oh! Oh no! Now, was that called for a game? Was that absolutely necessary? After everything that went down, this is what we had to do. You hate
4
to see
inches of
it.
shrapnel in the conch, yeah. Not great. But it is necessary for the sort of progression in this game. So this is the next sort of chapter. Where basically BJ, the main character, he's put in an asylum for the next 14 years, and that shrapnel in the conch lends itself to explaining this sort of time skip.
Again, I'm sitting here reading and trying to see what the story is as we're going along.
So at this point, we're introduced to that girl that was just willing us in. Her name is Anya. She's sort of BJ's love interest and his sort of opposite. I love Anya, one of my favorite characters in the whole series. Love her. Basically, she's a nurse, and her parents run this sort of asylum here. And yeah, and they basically house people here who need like psychiatric help or otherwise.
Okay. I'm still just reeling at the part. They actually let you out and it's like, oh, but here's your shrapnel parting gift. How
Yeah.
literally dare you?
I'm losing time. Sometimes
Oof. Oh, wow.
Wir schließen diese Einrichtung. Ihre Dienste werden nicht länger benötigt. Na, kein Grund, rührselig zu werden.
Oh my god.
Here we are 14 years later, and unfortunately they have decided they are going to shut the asylum down. However, not in the way one would think to do that.
Another classic case of Nazis ruin everything. Oh, hold on. You just swooped that knife. I saw it. Oh, no, man. No, he has to die. He's next on the list. That target has been acquired. No, that target has absolutely been acquired. He has to die immediately, if not sooner. Immediately, if not sooner.
Keine Ahnung. Bring's to Keller. Soll der entscheiden. Come on.
Really?
Yeah. He's target number one. He is target number one.
That is one of the cooler scenes in the game. Unfortunately, we have to skip it, but no, he got what was coming to him.
Yes. Yes.
So, this is going to be really the first of the zoomies. We're just going to zoom through here.
Alright, things we don't have time for. We would love to end you as the good Lord intended, but in the name of radical speed, we will let you live so that we can end the game and you're going to be on the losing team. Except for you. You have to go down because you know, we talk about this all the time in a lot of speedruns too. Sometimes people are just in the line of fire and the fastest line has you in it. I just gotta handle it that way. You gotta go. What am I supposed to do about that? You were in the way. Alright, so it looks like you're picking up a couple of things here too. Are you picking up specific things to kind of help facilitate the run? Because we had the lockpicking decision. That's a tank. I'm gonna stop for a second. That's a tank.
That is a tank.
Why? Oh my lord. They bought a whole tank. Okay. Y'all are exhausting. Y'all are exhausting. And then there's drones. I'm done with y'all. Absolutely finished.
There we go. That's chapter 2.
But back to the question I was asking previously. So it looks like you are still kind of sneaking and picking up a couple of things. Are those going to be things that are going to have specific uses in your run? Like I saw something that said like a Tesla grenade and then maybe a couple other things. Obviously the handgun you got right away because that was
Yeah.
just your starting item. But are there any type of key items that you're picking up as you're moving along?
Not necessarily key items, but just stuff that'll help us along here. So guns and grenades and stuff that we'll use to end some Nazis later in down the line.
Now what? Now why did you get up? Why are we?
Let me tell you how this is going.
You could
Here's
have
one of my
just sat
favorite
there.
cutscenes, and
I'm going to ask you one.
he could have just sat there. This is one of my favorite cutscenes in the whole game. If he does not answer our question, we are going to saw his head off with this here appliance.
With this here appliance, you hear me?
You know, it's like that sometimes.
Owned.
I'm so sorry. That was like an actual natural reaction. I just didn't expect that to just be right behind and it's like, yeah, so we gotta kill this guy right quick. It's just, they just came out and was like, no, we got stuff to do. You're in the way. You are in the way.
Wait for you here.
Oof. And that's how you know it's rough, is when the safest area is gonna be in the trunk of a car? No. This is a bad time. And so now we're still in chapter 3. We finished all of chapter 2. That was a hospital area.
Yeah, so what this is now, so we've just acquired information from that officer of where the resistance might be, and they're in a prison, and what we're doing is we're on the way there now. We've got a clear bridge here. Okay.
Oh, we're coming out with the surgical precision now. Time out. We wasn't talking about that previously.
Yeah, in certain cases, there are, it's like sort of glory kill animations. Like if you've ever played Doom, there's sort of those. Like if you like stealth attack some of them.
Okay.
Good ain't for an old day.
And now we hop in the car to drive a whole 300 feet ahead. Oh, wow. That man's out of here. And here's that lockpicking mechanic that we needed from earlier that we wouldn't have access to if we decided to save the other guy. So I can see where that's going to be helpful, because this also gives me the distinct energy that those lockpicks are going to be more or less shortcuts.
Yeah, all of them are shortcuts. As you see, we just did 2 in a row right there, and that just skipped like 75% of this section of this level.
Oh, wow. Okay. And then for the lock picking kind of mini game that they have there, is the lock kind of moving and you have to keep up with it? Because I know I've seen lock picking in several games, but I haven't seen that version before, if that's the case.
Yeah, so it's like a sort of like a, it's like you have the lock, and then it's like a chamber with the 3 different I don't know what the specific mechanism is called, but it's moving basically, and you have to keep them together so you can unlock it. Alright, 1.
Nice. Now, what's this in the upper right corner that says signal detected?
Basically, this is actually meant to be sort of a stealth level. In certain
Unfortunate.
cases, there are commandants, so it's the commanders, who broadcast signals, and if you alert them, they will bring in reinforcements.
Gotcha. Yeah, I saw for a really split second there that it said signal alerted and then just signal terminated. And it's like, yeah, the guy tried it, TM. And now we're back to mechs, and you have been given your... Oh, no, that's not your mech. They tried to make you into pancakes. I dislike that. Dislike it.
Pancakes, indeed. Alright. That robot there, we can just skip very fast. We can start them off. This one, do some dual wheelage there. Alright, and that's that. That is chapter 3.
You know, I have to say, for them to have all these advanced tech robots that are very large and very daunting, for them to be taken down by 2 submachine guns right quick, they're kind of flimsy. They're a little flimsy.
Yeah.
Just a touch. And then you're going to hang out in the
just a
trunk
bit.
together. Ah, yes. The way that we self-care in the middle of a Nazi expungement is a quick espresso.
Yeah, so right now we're on the way to Berlin, and we had to take a train to get there. So we have to be a bit undercover for the current moment.
Now see, This is why we don't have nice things. We got this huge robot in the train car, and y'all expect people, any person, to not be bothered by this. Like, why are we doing this?
So now we have the unfortunate pleasure of meeting Frau Engel, who is an Obersturmführer, I believe. And she's actually the villain of the sequel to this game, the new Colossus. And yeah, she plays sort of the secondary villain here.
I don't like her already. Then again, I have distinct aversion to people who are just like, why don't you sit down and stay a while? Ma'am, I just want to give you your coffee and leave.
Yeah. So she wants to play a little bit of a game with us here, but well, we just skipped sort of her dialogue. She likes to talk a lot, so luckily we can skip most of that. Also, I said this before when I ran this game on aimbot on Tuesday, but for the longest time playing this game casually, I really thought Bernhardt was that robot right there. Completely forgot this guy existed, really thought it was this dude.
Yeah, even this woman just is jarring.
Yeah.
I also just have aversion to people. Oh, hold on. Okay, I was joking. It was jokes. I wasn't even talking to Graham like that. I was just minding my business, trying to be a decent commentator. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're still a Nazi, but I'm sorry.
That's alright. She's a bit preoccupied with her boyfriend here, Booby.
Oh, that's a joke. Girl, what?
Booby.
You know what? Let me drink my water for a quick second. This is a reminder to everybody in chat. If you're enjoying the time, make sure you let people notice we can do more of this next year. We can get more black speedrunners on here. We're just beginning and we're having a great time. But then additionally, stretch out your legs, get some water, have a snack, enjoy some good snacks. I like to ask people what they're eating on, but I don't want to flood chat with everybody's crappy food opinions because it always devolves into food opinions. It's like, now time out. Oh, and then after all of that, she doesn't even take the kvefi? Oh, how? That's so disrespectful. Although it's not for her, I'm assuming.
We'll be taking it to our shoddy. So here we use this opportunity to get to know Anya a little bit better, but we'll be skipping that. So unfortunately, but yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like this is such a roller coaster of a storyline thus far. And oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A lot of things going on.
Ma'am. I thought, oh my gosh, I got scared for a second there, Anarchy. I thought that I was going to see booty butt cheeks on GDQ and I was going to say, oh no, this wasn't supposed to happen. Not this.
If they're still alive.
Yeah, luckily it's
Something's happening.
they do a pretty good job of covering it up, so. Anyway, what we'll be doing now is we're about to do best prison break here. But first we gotta get to the prison transport and we'll get introduced to another sort of mechanic the game has.
So, if you don't mind my asking, how many chapters are in the game total?
I think, or actually, that's a great question.
Well, because I know that we're kind of breaking things down by chapters, and I didn't know if that was like actually something that you see on a cutscene. Oh, this is nifty. That's real handy.
That's one of the texts that we also have for Glitchless, where basically this mechanic is the laser, where you can cut through grates and stuff. And basically, if you... Oh, that's unfortunate. If we make a small hole, we can just sprint slide through it, and we don't have to make it so we can walk through it.
You know what that man was? That man was subbing in as a dog. You haven't seen a dog in a while, so he was like, I just need to remind you that we are here to rip and tear, and it's like, sir, you're not a dog. You're not a dog.
Yeah, we'll be seeing a couple more of those sort of animations throughout the prison break if we're unlucky.
All right, so okay, yeah, you are actually on the pipe, like intentionally on the pipe. I was like, are we wall hugging it right now? But no, that's the actual plan.
Yeah.
Hey du! Auf 5 Schritte! Vorwärts! Der könnte rasten!
I'm
Alright,
very,
prison we go.
as I say, I'm very entrenched in watching this and just being like, we're gonna be sneaking by.
That's kind of what you're supposed to do. At least how I play the game casually. It's a lot of like the first chapter we saw like a while ago. A lot of it I like to play it kind of stealthy, but yeah, in this case we will be in case for speedrunning purposes we will be doing a lot of
We're
stuff.
back. Oh, well, obviously, because we're going to be speedrunning, and we got to get that schmovement. And schmovement naturally means we're going to be skipping things. Unless you're a Nazi, then you can catch the stab. It's just, them's the rules. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. Is he hitting you with the... Oh, God, it really... I was joking about the dog. I was joking. Oh, my gosh. Okay, we actually got to jump over that one now.
Yeah, you can also do that, like, as you can skip over the dogs, you can also do that with the guards. However, there wasn't enough clearance there to skip his animation.
It's really... It's also really interesting how many of them you can just kind of walk past, and there's kind of a nice little gimme that you're seeing with the animations, because even if they kind of slightly detect you, it still takes them a good amount of time to react and say, oh hey, this is something that's happening, you're not one of us. And it's like, I am already 50 feet away from you, sir. Please, I need you to mind your business, actually.
Here's a big doggy.
Oh no. I don't want that. These are not puppies that I want to pet. Absolutely not.
We're using him to do some skippage here. Excuse me.
Oh, okay. Now see, if that would have been me, I probably would have just panicked right then and there and I would have been kibbled. But it looks like that pupper was helpful, so you know what? I will give him exactly one social disty and gentle pet. One. And it's going to be more like just kind of tapping the top of the head and running the opposite direction as quickly as I can.
Yeah.
Alright, so it looks like we're doing...
It's prison break time.
Travel. Ah, yes. Nah, I don't want to know if that pupper bites. So this kind of goes back to what I was saying just a moment ago too, where you had enough time to free one person, turn around and get in a good 2 stabs before he finally got up. It's like, hey, what are you doing? And it's like, well, you know, I don't want to sound too obvious, but I'm breaking people out.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was obvious when I broke the first chain. Maybe I was wrong, maybe I was out of pocket, I'm not sure.
Alright, so here we're gonna get introduced to an old friend, our old pal Wyatt, who we're busting out of prison here. So,
Oof.
Gosh almighty.
And here you are, back from the dead to save us all. Imagine that. Oh, what have you been up to, Captain Blazkowicz?
My gosh.
Stabbing, strangling Nazi.
Alright, let's get out of here.
That's a whole tagline right there. Shooting, strangling, and stabbing Nazis. That's actually a sticker in someone's Etsy shop, and you can't change my mind.
Yeah, that's pretty much just this entire series. Shooting, stabbing, strangling Nazis. As it should be.
So now we're in what feels like a little bit of, I don't want to say forced stealth, because it is stealthy, so to speak, but you also kind of didn't have an option there. Just kind of, you know, naturally navigate through some vents, as one does. Oh, there's a lot going on here.
Alright.
Oh no!
Take care of those guys. Fortunately, we sort of lost all the other prisoners there, but
Oh,
We made it out with
unfortunate.
Wyatt, and that's what matters.
Very unfortunate. And it looks like we're grabbing some reserves, if you will, some more ammos and other things.
Yep.
And I see the guy that's at the bottom. He's trying to shoot at Wyatt, being a big old punk.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely unnecessary and uncalled for.
Yeah, but we're getting out of prison, and they're not, so.
I mean, it's hard to escape prison when you are currently feasting on a dirt sandwich. It's true. It's very true.
Yeah.
Can't exactly keep doing that movement thing when you have been permanently put on the floor.
They'll bring the hammer down on this whole city block.
Someone in chat, of course, said Wyatt and his plot armor, and it's like, you're not wrong.
Oh, Jesus.
However,
The pounds are out there.
oh no, not another puppy. No, not this. I thought one pet was enough.
Come this way, Captain.
Lucky enough, we'll be running right past that puppy.
Yeah, that's right. I think we can pull this off if we work together.
Sorry, I just had a moment of just staring at the screen, being completely fascinated at this. Because based on how big those hallways were and whatnot, I get the feeling that in a regular playthrough, you're supposed to get possibly chased by the oversized pupper.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't like that. I don't like all, no. And they're, you know, I have to give them some credit because they are really trying their best. They just really suck at their jobs.
Yep, they're pretty bad.
And they're quite bad. Like, this is like almost Stormtrooper bad. It's almost Stormtrooper bad.
A great comparison.
Yeah. I say almost because it's just not laser bullets, and they're not just flying in every trajectory you can think of. But y'all got a lot of people out here just to do a whole lot of nothing but die.
Yep.
Unfortunate. Where is Wyatt?
He's cowering in the corner over there. We've got to
Oh my Lanta.
clear these Nazis out here.
I just realized that too. It's like, time out. Where is this man?
Yeah, we got to do a bit of the legwork here, but that's alright. He just got out of prison now. I'll give him a break.
Oh, I guess thanks for joining us again now that we've done all the work. Now, it's cool, Wyatt. It's not a big deal. I didn't come to prison, break you out, kill like 50 people in the process here, laser break your chains. I didn't kill another 70 people while you posted up in the back and ate a cheese sandwich. It's cool. It's cool. I'm not bitter. You're bitter. Why would you say I'm bitter? That's so weird. Oh, nice jump.
Let's do some more skippage here. There's usually supposed to be more Nazis there, but couldn't get the skip on that one. And here's a dog again, but happens to the best of us.
Oh, it's because you did such a clean jump over the previous dog. Unless it was the same dog. It's like, no, I'm still coming for you.
Yeah, he's still coming for me.
Pricks. Bad puppers. I hate that for us. Oh, hi, Wyatt. For a second,
As it turns out, he can actually hotwire cars for story purposes, but his main mechanic is the lockpicking, which is funny, but...
Oh. I was gonna say, I saw that door open and I saw exactly what was happening. It's like, oh, some casual driving over Nazis. How lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's unfortunate they didn't actually do more with the driving mechanics, because it only exists for this chapter and this chapter only.
Okay. I always love it when games pull out things that say report yourself to the authorities, because I just want to know who actually is gonna hear that message and go, you know what, you're right, I'm doing a lot of like illegal activity and I should really turn myself in. Wait, what?
Alright, then that's chapter 4.
Do any of you know how
We've
to
broken out of prison successfully.
Delightful. Love that for us. And a convenient placement of, does anyone know how to hotwire a car? You know.
Yeah. So what we're going to be doing now is we're actually going to be meeting up with the rest of the Resistance, who, interestingly enough, their headquarters are actually right under the Berlin police headquarters. So the very definition of hiding in plain sight.
Okay, what do you mean we have the laser gun underwater? Time out. What is this?
Turns out lasers are indeed waterproof.
I have to also co-sign something that someone said in chat. I always, playing any of these kinds of games, I have that thought in the back of my head where it's like, you know, if I'm a guard that's on duty and I just saw 50 of my buddies get murked, there is no amount of pay increase, stipend, or promises you can make me that will convince me that I am going to stay on the clock a second further. The answer is absolutely not. No, not doing it. Why are you getting off the job, Vanessa? Did you see that man is out there killing people? I want to live. No, you have to hire somebody else. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry because I'll be alive to be sorry. So I am just saying.
Alright, so here we are at the Kreisau Circle, the Resistance against Nazis in Europe, and these are sort of like nice little sort of I don't know how to describe it, but they're good sort of it's small in between sort of missions where they're in between sort of the big ones where you can just it's kind of short and sweet. So these will be some of the shorter ones. But what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be going to a big Nazi research facility in London called the London Nautica, and we're going to be stealing from them, as we should.
As one does. As one does.
As one does.
Sometimes you gotta steal stuff, especially if it's coming from the bad guys.
Yeah.
This big fucking disgrace of a building is a London Nautica. This used to be downtown London. Used to be fighting in the streets over here. I mean, furious.
So we have some more driving, but unfortunately you're not driving. This is just lore dumping, it feels like. We're gonna talk about... We were talking on the radio about why Nazis are bad. It's almost like it's a recurring thing.
And erected this fucking monstrosity. It's a top Nazi research facility, this is. Aviation, space, all kinds of evil shit transpiring. Caroline and the other pilots should be over the radio tower by now, you see it.
Actually, interestingly enough, you'd actually see Big Ben right there for scale. So,
reach him using this.
Okay, that's cool.
Crazy this is.
That's actually, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
So long, Blazkowicz.
So long, Bobby Brams.
You make this count, all right?
Took you on a nice jaunt down a very long, straight road. Oh wait, did he just? Oh, wow. Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't quite prepared for that. But Godspeed. Thank you for your thank you so much for your services. I will never talk smack about your straight line driving again. That was my fault. That was my bad.
Another big doggy. We have a reoccurring theme of doggies here, but this one will be getting owned.
Oh, see? This is what happens when you just insist on coming into stuff. It's like that person that insists on wanting to antagonize you, and it's like, I'm trying to hold peace, and you're really testing it. And this pupper is really testing. Now see, you wouldn't have got all those rocks on your forehead if you would have just sat in the back and ate your food. Exactly. That was your fault. That was your fault. It's also a recurring thing of large things falling and hitting things.
Yeah.
Most notably organic things.
That's happened quite a lot.
Oh no, not this again. Oh. Yeah, I gotta say, y'all robots actually kind of suck.
Funnily enough, this one you can actually quite literally just walk behind and skip. So, owned.
I was gonna say, you know that part how I said your robots kind of suck? What's your weakness? 180-degree turning. Like, what? You can't turn around? No. turning is very challenging. Ah, yes.
We're gonna fight this here robot, but it'll be going down very promptly.
Still not seeing any theory craft behind why I should believe these robots are good tech. Like, I feel like these robots even deserve better. They deserve better than whatever the hell these Nazis did to build them up, because it's very clearly trashed here.
Yeah, it's not great. Still going there.
Not the straight line setup. Come on now. Y'all supposed to be top tier, and y'all lined up in a straight line on the balcony. Lord, take the wheel. Okay. Okay.
Just did some good tech there. Easy way to skip. And we're also gonna do another cool little elevator skip.
Okay.
Which is one I personally like. However, hopefully... Oh, I... Okay, I didn't die. Great. Get lined up here. In some more unfortunate cases, you can actually hit the elevator there at speed and die. Luckily, I didn't, because I'm very good, but...
just a slight humble brag that I could have died there, but counterpoint, I did not.
There have been many times in practice I have died because I don't line myself up with the elevator. Many times. A lot more than I'd like to admit, actually, but it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I was like, I could 100% see that, because it also looks like that's something that's really tight. So if you're not quite in the correct positioning, it's a case of you thought you were, and then you became a pancake, or you became a splatter because something went wrong. Nah, I respect it all day long. All day long. Like we're doing... Oh no, not a test program. I don't like anything that says test program in a Nazi joint.
Luckily, this test program is going to get us a way better laser here. We've got the laser craft work, and I'll be using this not only as a weapon, but also as a laser.
I also enjoy that he just looks at it and says, "Yeah, I don't need this one anymore."
Yeah, no.
Like, I thought I liked this one. I am not very attached to it after all.
Another elevator skip there. Yeah. There we go. Time for some mass Nazi killing here.
Oh, yeah, this is a very occupied location.
But luckily, this is going to be a wave sort of thing, so we're going to have like 3 different waves sort of enemies, but I made my life easier there by shooting the commandants, so they aren't able to spawn more in.
Okay. So it looks like we're grabbing a couple of additional things. Speaking of the mass cleanup, now we have what looks like an actual rifle on deck, so we're going to dual wield for some robots, and then if we have any strays, I'm assuming we're going to go ahead and clean those up the nice professional way.
Yep.
Cool.
That's basically it, yeah.
I like that. I am here for this plan. I like this plan.
Alright, so the robot's taken care of.
Having a shooting game with rooms like this always gives me some level of anxiety, just because I'm always worried. Like, I should have known way early on in my life that I was built to be a speedrunner, because I would come to rooms like this and my brain would always get wrapped up on what is the fastest and most efficient way to get out of here. Yeah. And it's just like a clockwork thing, because I hate these kinds of rooms where it just feels like it's too huge, it's too gaping, it has tons of stuff that can spawn from multiple directions, and I'm just like, I need to know where you're coming from so I could just immediately get rid of you.
And you can get it over with, yeah.
Yeah. As I talk bad about 3 men on a hallway strip, and I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you set up like this? Oh.
Right, so that first beep was wave 1. This is wave 2 now. And get these guys taken care of. Owned. Alright. and one more here. See that big old door there is a little indicative of a big old robot out of there. Oh, nuts.
Oh no. Is it another scary robot that's actually trashed here?
Yep, we're able to take that out, and one sort of charge of ammo there. Sometimes it actually won't go down, but we got it there, so.
They should be embarrassed, honestly, frankly. Imagine making robots that are the size of small houses, and if I have 2 toothpicks in a dream, I can kill it. Like, what is
that 2 toothpicks in a dream?
Like, seriously, these robots are garbo. They're trash. Like, I've seen you take them out with dual wielding. Like I said, they aren't. No, they're submachine guns. You taking them out with dual wielding submachine guns, and then dude just broke down the door to get molly-whopped in the face like 10 times. It's like, okay, I quit. What are y'all using? What is happening here? Oh, is that a wing glider? Yo, that was kind of dope.
Yes. Alright, so what we're gonna do here now is we're gonna steal the helicopters, and yeah, those were wing gliders. Actually, really cool. You can actually, before they get in there, you can actually see them fly in here rather than them just loading in like some games might do, which is pretty cool. That's also Caroline, by the way, who's another character from the failed Activision Wolfenstein revival from 2009.
Oh.
And yeah, she's one of the recurring characters.
I was just about to ask about that, and it's like, she must be one of the recurring people, even though this is technically an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
What we're going to do here now is another one of the sort of Cryso missions. What we're going to do now is we're going to get some power tools. A lot of these ones they're very funny, actually, because there's this one, which is power tools and some pieces of paper, and then the next one after this is a welder. So I always think those are really funny. It's like,
say what? Why are we what?
We'll be welding.
Gonna do some casual welding. This is your mini game for Wolfenstein. How to train your welder. Oh gosh. Oh, why do y'all have drones around here? Get out of here. You.
Yeah, these are sort of the they sort of do these to make it feel more alive, and it actually makes you feel like you were under a Nazi headquarters. Let's get our concrete there.
Oh wait, you actually are gonna be How to Train Your Welder. I'm upset. I just saw the brief moment of him holding like a big piece of concrete. It's just like, I'm gonna fix it, and it's like, okay, Wreck-It Ralph, go off.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph is a good being, and I shouldn't slander him like that. He's fine. He's fine.
Another toy on the run.
And so, is the essence of this chapter literally going to be you trying to put something together? Like you're trying to do some plotting for later gameplay, I'm assuming? Or a
yeah,
storyline?
Okay. So this is, we had to get the concrete because apparently the Nazis have messed up their, they've actually, they make the concrete in this game's version of concentration camps, which is another sort of thing that this game doesn't shy away from. This next chapter takes place in Camp Belitsa, which is a concentration camp, and we're going to be liberating it.
I respect it. We always liberate the concentration camps. They're. Oh God, it's this chick again. Please go away.
Their old friend Frau Engel, but we'll be owning her.
She's just. I would say she's just angry because her pants look like she got a pancake butt. That's all that is. If my butt looked like that in pants, I'd be angry too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Wait, did those numbers just get put on his arm, or were those there the entire time and I just missed it?
They did just get put on his arm.
Ooh. And I'm looking at my arm now, like, that seems like that would hurt, and I forgot I have a wrist tap. And I'm like, you know what, let me be quiet. Looking at the exact area where it's like, oh yeah, I've put something there, but it's not numbers, and I'm not being handed.
So here we are in the essence of breaking their shit. So, yeah.
I was actually just about to ask, so right now you're liberating the concentration camp, and it looks like you're infiltrating by going in as quote-unquote one of the prisoners, and you're literally just about to be like, okay, you know what? We're about to tear up everything.
Yeah. So we're here in specific looking for a guy named Set Roth who will help us in our endeavors to kill General Deathshead and sort of help the Nazis out in Europe. But in the process of that, we will be liberating this camp because that is the right thing to do.
Oh God, that's not cash money. Why y'all gotta be like this? Why? Just actually nobody answer that. Please, no one answer that. Oh God, Jesus.
Yeah, this is one of the more sort of gory chapters.
It's not even that it was gory. I just didn't expect someone to actually wise up and be like, no, I'm the one that probably is gonna get this right. You know what he looks like? He looks like that dude who's super angry that he's seen 4 people get promoted above him and he ain't got his promotion yet. And now he's taking it out on you. You're not gonna change my mind on this. He's angry because his boots are too tight. His toes are up on the edge of his boot and it makes him upset.
This guy, his nickname is the Roach. If my nickname was the Roach, I'd also hate everyone else too.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, it doesn't detract from the Jones that kind of went out there, but you know, I'm gonna need you, sir, to mellow. I need you to calm down. Oh wow. The disrespect being had here.
But
so wait, was
nobody kills PJ Blazkowicz. So let's get out of here.
I was gonna say that was actually a cremator. Oh, and I just saw that you just kind of looked at the dog and the guy that's standing guard. It was like, you know, that was you sleeping on a job, and I'm not gonna be worried about it.
Right. Wow.
I felt the urge to skip. It was in the bones. It was in the cards. I synced it, and dude literally shoulder bodied you and was like, "Nah, you gotta fight me." It was disrespectful, but it's a Nazi, so I'm not surprised.
I'm honestly really surprised they lived there because I did dip down to 0 health there.
I was gonna say I
went
saw
back
it.
up.
Yeah, I saw it dip down to 0. So yeah, I was surprised too because it said 0 and it was red. And it very much was, that should have been a game over, I think. So we just take those. We take those.
We do indeed take those.
We take those.
So what we're going to do now is we are going to go to the other side of the camp command building. And we're going to be doing some healing from Frau Engel. So that way we can take control of one of our robots and subsequently liberate the camp with it.
Oh, but do you really want to control the robot considering we know that they're garbage tier? Is that something we want? Like, someone's gonna come up and just say something really mean to the robot and it's gonna break down. So, like,
luckily enough, we're cool, so it worked out for us. For them, not so much.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. I always want to get the clarifying information, because if I'm taking down, like, 870 of them and then, like, you're gonna pilot one, I kind of have to have that moment of stepping back and saying, do I want to pilot one, though? I feel like I'd be better off on my feetsies. You had another moment there where you dropped to 0.
I think it was, I see it now, I think it was the armor. The armor kept me alive. I don't know how, but sure.
Got it. That makes sense.
I've never seen that happen before in my several years of playing this game.
I mean, I feel like GDQ is a good spot to have a constant recurring case of never before seen. You can't find those things until it happens, right?
Yeah.
Oh, are we beating up Karen the Nazi?
We are indeed beating up Karen the Nazi here.
Oof! Oof!
You will die like vermin. I will hunt you down. At the end of the earth, I will fight you.
Shut up. Girl, you're...
This is what I meant in particular by this chapter being kind of gory.
Like, okay, we gotta take a moment to step back. I just can't imagine having your jaw broken and your teeth removed and having the nerve to, you know what? You're right, though. The robot has the rest of my commentary. You're 850% correct. Because you're not going to come at me with a broken jaw and half your grill missing and talk trash. Are you kidding me? No. We got to throw her away. That was the correct answer. Just throw the whole Nazi away.
Wait out in the camp. Open the garage door. Steal a vehicle.
Unfortunately, as it turns out, in the she actually survived that, which is crazy. Because she ends up being the main villain, spoilers, in the sequel to this game. But we subsequently make light work of her there too.
And I'm noticing that a couple of people are talking about that in chat because it seems like a lot of people might have played that and not this. And so you see a lot of the revelations happening where people are going, oh, so that's how her face got like that. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. But I am actually shook to pieces that she walked up to you, swole face and all.
audacity.
She looked like a bootleg Walmart Stay Puft man and said, I'ma talk smack. Are you kidding? You don't have teeth. What are you okay. You know what, let me talk. I'm gonna let you talk your smack because you about to get thrown out anyway. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, and you know what? I have more confidence in this robot now. This feels good. Okay, see, I want to say thank you to Wolfenstein for kind of reassuring me by showing the robots I was worried about versus the robot you're using. It's kind of like that meme of the guy she's telling you not to worry about, and then the picture of the guy. I'm there now. I get it. I understand and I respect it.
Yeah, we've got a special robot here. This robot is actually, his name is Her Faust. So we've got the good robot here.
Okay. This is important. I'm glad to hear that. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of sad that we can't get a little bit more, and this is just me kind of thinking out loud. I feel like after shooting so much of the Nazi concentration camp walls, I want to see them just kind of crumble a little bit when you're using the overblown robot, and it's like, just as a treat. Just as a treat. Okay, so
yeah, I do that here. I do that here to make my life a little easier here. So, as you see, they show up and they like to hide behind the walls there, but if I shoot them, they can't hide behind it. It makes it a lot easier.
Nice, very nice. And then I'm noticing on the bottom floor too, those are all prisoners that are trying to just get out because they're like, you know what? Do your thing. We gonna head out. We're gonna head out.
As Seth says, we must save everyone. So that's what we're gonna do.
Oh, another trash robot. I sure hate it. Imagine walking up to a rocket launcher thinking you have a play. You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
Alright, and that is that. It's not necessarily over yet though, but
But this is I'm under the impression that this is another chapter cleared?
yes.
Oh my god, she's back. If you don't go home, Barbara with the bad job, get out. Get out. What are you doing? I'm upset. I am so angry. She didn't come up with the gat saying, I'm still fighting. Girl, if you don't go sit down, eat you some oatmeal and chill out. Like, what are you doing?
So here we are back at the Crisis Circle. Here's the famed welding moment. Going to go ahead and get our welder.
Oh, we're back to being Wreck-It Ralph, I see?
Yes.
Or what was it? Bob the Builder. That's the correct one. It's Bob the Builder.
Of course, we've got to take the convoluted way around, but yeah.
Listen, chat, I said oatmeal because I figured even though I do have strong disdain, I do try to accommodate as best I can, and given her current predicament, I figure she wants something nice and soft. I'm just I'm trying to be respectful where I can be. Oatmeal sounds good. Soup, maybe some pudding. Oh, pudding would be nice. I think pudding would be a good play. But if I was really feeling spiteful, I could try to make her eat a sandwich. But I'm not gonna do that. I'll let her have some oatmeal. Oh, Fix It Felix is good too.
Made light work of those two. Let's get back out of here. Really?
So I wanted to ask something about the oh, never mind, it kind of answered it for me because you just had to fix that a little bit. Unless, is it just, are we just gonna be, okay. That was interesting. So I noticed it a couple of times when you were doing the laser cuts that it seemed like some of the actual openings you had were really, really small. But then in this particular case, it needed you to apparently do 3 cuts just to be safe. So is there like a collision detection thing that you're going for there? Like it doesn't need to be a perfectly large kind of cutting, just as long as it kind of passes the quote unquote test?
Basically, so that's a bit of tech that we do in this game, where essentially, I don't know what it is that does it, but when you sprint, you can sprint slide through really small like holes in the laser cuts. So for whatever reason, your size technically doesn't matter then. So in that case, I just couldn't get the sprint slide there, so I had to make it a little bit bigger so I could just walk through it instead of slide through it, which is just an oopsie on my part.
Yeah, I think you're doing great though. Like, even with all the things that this run is trying to throw at you, like, again, this is the first showcase of Unapologetically Black and Fast. The dogs and the clips and the people turning around, we're just gonna go ahead and mark that down as anti-blackness and keep it pushing. And even amongst all of that, I think that this is like, a really cool run to watch, really interesting, lots of like interesting bits that are going on here, especially with like all the different things you're doing right now, because we've seen car driving, we've seen movement, we've seen kind of some interesting things with different tech with the robots, we've got different cool tools, lots of different ideas for why you're doing the lock picking. I feel like this is offering a lot of different things in the speed run that it's a lot to juggle all at once. Because those are all completely different things that you're trying to handle as well. It's not like, I'm gonna use myself as a kind of pivot point for a moment. It's not like me doing my Katana Zero runs, where the Katana Zero run, all I have to worry about is my ankle jumps and making sure that I hit the guy before he hits me. But I feel like this has like a certain unique skill set in the fact that you are having to adjust to so many different things at once to just kind of keep things going smoothly. So I think this is dope. And again, anything that kind of snags you, yeah, we're just gonna say that's anti-blackness. That's anti-blackness. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I really like this game. I've been playing the All Timeline games, this and its sequels since 2017, I think. So I've been playing these for a long time. I've had a lot of time to get to play these games casually, and I've only been speedrunning this game since November. So.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
This is only a month. Shut up. No, it's not. You've only been running this for what? November, December, January. So that's about going in on 4 months.
Yeah. So.
That's dope. No, like that's clean as hell. Are you kidding me? That's fantastic. And then I know I asked you that earlier too, like what made you get into it, but you said you've been playing this since 2017, and I think that really helps with a lot of it too. Finding a game that you just really, really, really love, and then being like, but what if I could do it fast? Yeah. I think that's dope. I think that's dope. Wow, that's awesome. I love that for you. And I have to take a moment to call out somebody in chat. If you could not embarrass me in front of thousands of people, please and thank you. They're making fun of me because my Katana Zero run, I learned that I am a terrible neutral. So I always am trying to hold right and go fast, and I don't stop in places I need to stop so I can actually readjust my rolls and stuff. Please don't call out my inability to neutral. That's why I'm bad at fighting games too. God. Why are you jumping? Shut up.
Yeah, I'm horrendous at fighting games too. It's okay, I feel you.
Mm-hmm. But again, it's like a completely different mindset and skill set too. I really love speedrunning, and I I want to see if I can add some more games to my catalog just in general. Okay, so you were shooting the laser early, but was that like a hitbox issue that it was shooting off to the side, or is there a reason you didn't want to shoot it sooner?
It's the hitbox is kind of janky because we're in the water, so I'm moving while I'm also trying to do that. So kind of it's a little silly there. There, I also just did some sprinting there. It saves a little bit of time there because you can actually sprint on that ledge rather than swim past it, and it saves a couple seconds.
Oh, okay. This game does enjoy its tight walkways and hallways and stuff though. Like, it's almost disconcerting having to go through those areas. And is there like, can you drown in this? I have to know.
Yes.
Oh no, I hate it. I hate every second of it.
Or at least I think so. I don't think I've ever drowned, but I would assume you could.
Alright, and we steered chat back to the way it should be because people tried to bully me and I threw it back. So,
as you should.
As one does. Okay, so why did you have two? Is it per person for the signal detected? Because I saw two of them pop up. Okay, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. I was gonna say, I was like, why is there two? That doesn't make much sense at all. I thought that was another dog, and I was about to say, Lord, these dogs.
Yeah, that dog is
trying.
sleeping, so it's easy to kill that one.
Now, in that case, could you have just left it, or do you actually need to take it out because it'll mess with stuff elsewhere?
Yeah, I'll run right over it. So if I don't kill it, it could possibly get in my way.
Ah, understood. Makes sense.
All right, and that's that. So what we're gonna do next is the, of course, the mandatory underwater level. Well, it's not necessarily underwater, but we are in a U-boat, so.
I feel like I accidentally burnt bread on you. Like, you knew it was coming, I didn't know it was coming, but I hate that I made a question about underwater levels and swimming and drowning, and then, wow, that was chunky. And then all of a sudden, we have to be underwater. I sure hate that. Sure hate every second of it.
Yeah, but we will be stealing this U-boat for our own purposes, so yeah, I'll take it.
This is true. I'm still stuck on that a barber with a bad jaw. Like, wow. It's the audacity for me. Y'all really are bad at your job. Like, those two men literally left a perfect gap for you to just walk right through them. You didn't even have to do anything wild. Uh-oh. Okay, so is this a case where the alarm, you're just gonna have it on and just be like, yeah, y'all know I'm here. That's cool.
Yeah, this one isn't really avoidable. It's just gonna be on, so.
Oh, okay.
Another checkpoint here. This way, the enemies will load in after the checkpoint loads rather than I have to wait for them to show up.
Mm-hmm. I'm just laughing at some of the things that are coming up too. Oh, look at you with your cute extra armor that doesn't do anything but make you take 2 shots instead of 1. You know, I'm almost gonna say that. No, I'm just gonna straight up say it. It's kind of saddening that he had the armor because now we don't get those sweet, sweet shotgun shots. Unfortunate. Unfortunate.
This is going to be another example of the sort of wave thing. So there we can tell by the difference in beeps that we are next wave of enemies.
Okay. Excellent.
Oh, sorry.
Nice little sound cue to help out with things that are going on. Now, see, I almost feel like his armor is better than the robots. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop dragging these robots. The robots don't need to be dragged that hard on this fine day of black speedrunning.
All right. There we go. We can actually just skip those guys.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
I was actually running this game yesterday. where I hit my new PB last night, and I actually
Nice.
died there because they were a little bit silly. But yeah.
Like I said, I'm just writing off as anti-blackness. That's fine. But congrats on your PB last night too.
Thank you.
Very nice.
I shaved about my first run that I have on the leaderboards now is a 2:11, and I shaved almost 30 minutes off at it's now 1:48. So
Nice. So wait, your PB for this game is 1:48?
yes.
Very nice. I love to see that. Love that for you. Oh, it's so shaky. Oh, is that Wyatt? Is that what I saw there?
That is Wyatt and Setroth, the guy we rescued from the Camp Lisa. So yes.
Okay, it does say Seth Roth, and forgive my brain for doing this, but I also play a lot of RPGs, and I kept seeing that, and I was like, I don't know if that says Seth Roth, or if I'm trying to make it say Sephiroth, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
So what's happening right now is Setroth is actually a member of an ancient sort of order of Jewish people, and basically they have at their disposal a lot of sort of technology. One of which he either just explained or will start explaining about how they were actually using it to try and change the tide of the war. However, they never got the chance to, and that's what led to them losing World War II. But we're going to use some of this technology to our advantage to finish what they started.
They have extra things that they're going to be utilizing.
Yes.
I can't believe that they put you underwater like this too. This is actually anxiety inducing. Oh, I predicted the future again. There's no more water. I love that. I just have to say positive and happy things, and they'll just keep happening in the game then. I'm not going to mention any more underwater stuff.
Yeah, after this will pretty much be the last of our underwater happenings, except for about a minute or two before the end of the game.
I was just about to say, based on what you're saying about PBs and whatnot, I was looking at it and going, that means we're closing up the gap on getting to the end of this.
Yeah, we're about, let's see, what is this? 1, 2, we're about 3 or 4 chapters from the end. The only discrepancy here is because leaderboard times don't use loading, this will always be a little bit longer than, this will always be closer to like 2 hours or so, rather than other times, but yeah, we're pretty close to the end.
Oh, that was cool. That was cool. I'm watching the stuff in the background as it's kind of shifting and changing as well. And I also just realized that we saw Miss Lady Nazi, but we haven't seen the main guy since he first killed one of our comrades.
Yeah, we won't be seeing him until the end again. He likes to
be the elusive one.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
And at least for that case, that is for good reason, as we'll see in the final boss fight. He's very flimsy.
I'm not surprised by that in any way, shape, or form. Usually when they duck out like that, I just go under the distinct assumption of, oh, you're going to be that guy that's the final boss, and I'm going to be able to stare at you menacingly, and it'll do 50 damage. Yeah, we're used to those. Wyatt's outfit looks like he's trying to go to high school, and I can't deal with it. I think it's the pouches and stuff. It makes it like he has on a book bag. Like, why are you going to class?
Come in. Nazis built this bridge 3 years ago.
Alright, so what we just picked up is this great big ball here. It's called the Spindly Torque, funnily enough. And basically it's just a big ball of destruction. We're going to be using it to fuck some shit up, respectfully.
Oh, I love this shot, though. Like, this is cool. Being over the bridge like that with all the wires and stuff and like the nice dealing, that was cool. Oh, well, it was cool. I'm gonna put it and was. Oh, You ever be minding your business driving on a bridge and then wires come in?
Yeah. Owned.
Alright, so what's the train that we just kind of completely derailed here?
So basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going to the moon after this chapter. And in order to get to the moon, we need the identification papers of the guy that was on that train. So.
Okay. And just casually, we're just going to go to the moon.
We'll be going to the moon, yes.
Okay. I'm upset that this man is still alive on this train.
But he will be ending him swiftly if he doesn't die before we get there.
I was gonna say
That was unfortunate.
This is messy enough. Oh,
You totally did not see me die. You didn't see me die. That didn't happen.
no, it's fine. It's fine. I just kind of looked at it for a second and was like, oh, totally gonna go through that sidewall. This was a planned restart. It's to help kind of like refresh everything, get some frames, you know?
Yeah.
NBD.
It actually puts us in a better spot anyway, so that's fine.
Just watching and following along again. It's like I'm wavering in and out between wanting to ask questions and also just wanting to watch the speed run and see what's happening. Y'all gotta do better with these setups. Like, if I'm able to just walk past you, evaluate your life and what's going on here.
Hopefully I will live here. I can't, there's a trigger for the Nazis to spawn there, but sometimes they don't spawn, sometimes they do. I want to see if I can live here. I think I will live here. Alright, cool. I lived.
So what would be the reason for why you wouldn't have lived there? Is it going to be for those Nazis that you're talking about might spawn in? Like, it's just kind of flimsy whether or not they do or don't?
So sometimes there's that cutscene that I was just in where I opened the grate. You get locked into that, and they can still shoot you in the cuts in your sort of animation there, and I can take damage there. So if I get unlucky and they still spawn, I die there if I don't have enough health.
That's what I was trying to make sure of. Because I know you were saying in the comment about you don't want them to spawn, but then I noticed you were still taking damage in the cutscene. I just wanted to make sure and clarify that that's the whole reason why. Oh, he did a whole barrel roll out to do a lot of nothing. I hate it. I hate it.
This one will do it too here. He didn't do it, but he usually barrel rolls and then insta-dies.
Whew. I was gonna say that's a jump. Oh yeah, you don't want that life, fam. You want to pull. Oh, that yikes. Oh no.
Owned.
Oof. Oof. Big oofs. He thought he had that game locked down. Get out of here.
I was a kid.
Owned.
The knife is like this version of teabag in this game. Get out of here. What did you think was gonna happen? You got on a whole suit of armor and left your head unchecked. Explain. Explain yourself. Where was the logic?
Alright, I'll drop you off here.
Well, here we're going to do another checkpoint reload. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of guys here. They're going to start shooting at me the moment I drop down here. But one sort of exploit related to the checkpoint reload is when you reload the checkpoint, they'll actually just disappear. Why, I don't know, but it makes my life a whole lot easier, so we do it. I see they're now gone, so.
I respect it. I respect it.
If I can get the good parkour here. Awesome. This is said guy, by the way, to get on the moon. So.
Yeah, I was saying, I remember it said you want the one with the white uniform, and it's like, oh yeah, this guy. Oh no, this one has a white uniform. Oh wait, that's you. I'm assuming that's...
Yes, we have to sort of, we have to play undercover again here, so we can get in here.
Some quick espionage, some speedy espionage. I don't know if I can make that into one word. Speedy and espionage. Espionage sounds weird and goofy. I don't like that. We're just gonna stick to speedy espionage.
So as you can see here, yeah, we are indeed on the moon. We're actually going to be taking a walk on the lunar surface, which is one of the cooler parts of this game.
Oh, that's dope. That's super dope.
Alright, let's go here. Where's the chief research scientist going? This is really funny. They like acknowledge that you're like sneaking through here.
That's one of my other favorite little quirks in a lot of video games too, where they see something that just absolutely does not smell right, and they still are just like, huh, that's very peculiar. Hey, did you see the chief research officer decided to crawl through the vents? Don't you think that's strange? Yeah, that's really strange. It's like, y'all do not have, just, you put 2 and 2 together and got chair. I sure hate that. Sure hate it. Yeah. Chief officer just crawls through vents sometimes. He was bored. He wanted to get some unique exercise in.
He was bored.
He was bored. He was bored. Some very special exercising tactics. You see, you thought we were doing it big with CrossFit. Now we're doing vent crawls. Completely makes sense. Very logical. Very sound. Nothing to question here in any way, shape, or form.
Speaking of vents, we will be doing a bit of a Among Us here. We'll be going through the vents here to travel around the moon base here.
So red. Oh no, not the room. Oh, this is like a decontam room. Never mind.
Yeah.
I would say I've seen enough sci-fi game stuff to know when it's the decontam room that, for whatever reason, scans to make sure that you don't have germs, but still doesn't scan to make sure that you're someone who belongs on the damn ship.
Who belongs there? Yeah.
Like it blows my mind every time because it's like, okay, cool, this one doesn't have cooties, and it's like I am literally covered in blood, but go off. It's fine. Sure, yeah, this is normal. Very, very, very standard behavior. Alright, so why is your health right now in the yellow and deteriorating? Like, is this bonus health that just goes back down to 100, or is that like a certain type of armor? I figured it wouldn't be armor because you have armor to the right side of it.
This game has a mechanic that's called overhealing, where at certain points in the game you can actually upgrade your maximum health. Since we're speedrunning, we don't actually pick up any of those, but the more health packs and stuff you pick up, the more that will enter your overhealing, and so it gives you sort of temporary extra health, which is good for going through sections that have a lot of enemies where you might take more damage rather than just killing the Nazis outright.
Now see, this is dope. This is actually super dope.
Missed the jump. That wouldn't be awesome.
It'd be that way. Something gravity, something space boots. I was more enamored by the fact that it actually adjusted the gravity to reflect that you were jumping around on the moon.
Yeah, this is one of the cool sections of the game. I love the moon section. All right, there we go. I should make that, I think. I missed it again. Wow. That's really silly for me.
No.
This is not a hard jump, but
I feel too, when it comes to some of the speedrunning items and speedrunning tech, sometimes it's the areas that you're like so fluent in and it's so proficient and it's so smooth that when it gets hung up, it's that moment where you just kind of have to look at your screen with that kind of sideways face, like, so what's going on here? What you doing? You don't know how to jump?
I missed it again. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a moment of being like, so what you doing here, friend? Why would you do this? Why are you behaving this way? You know that you know how to make this jump. Like, I feel like that's the quiet voice that a lot of us have for those sections that we're really, really good at. And you just kind of start, and it's like, I know I can make this, so what are you doing?
It's such a simple section. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but, sometimes we have our silly moments.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, these things happen. Again, we've been talking about this entire time. These things happen. It's all in the essence of A, learning speedruns, and B, being a speedrunner too. But that's also why we have all this extra time that we put on the clock and stuff as well, because it's that nice padding of, this is just in case the game decides to be foolish.
Yeah.
Just in
case.
Bit
of tomfoolery there.
But we's moving along now. We's resuming the movement.
Back in the camp.
So we just skip that. We, in badass BJ fashion, will be taking our numbers off. Because we are that goat.
I was just about to make a comment too about how it says signal detected for both. And then it took maybe a good second and a half of you shooting at the robot for it to finally say, oh, we're broadcasting the alarm. And it's like, I've been shooting this man, but sure.
Sure.
Sure, it took you a moment to realize that I was shooting that man, but live your best life. Make it do what it do.
You out of the way. Running past you promptly. Alright. We're almost done here. Just gonna do a bit of running.
These men did not have appropriate training on reaction tactics and how to react quickly in the event that, you know, someone is running all over your spaceship and killing your friends. Oh no. Oh, you got the jump. We love that.
Get that puppy there.
Sir, you can't come down with us, please. Silly ragdoll bodies trying to continue their life coming with us. We want to finish the speed run with you. Please do not. And more vent spelunking to reach places that have people just hanging out in them. Oh wow, you literally just made a hole right in front of those men and is like, this is great, I'm leaving.
See ya.
Oh, these poor men, and they're being stationed in all the terrible places.
Yeah. Here's one of the funnier moments. With the alternate timeline and the Nazis sort of taking over like all of Europe pretty much, a lot of historical things, this game takes place in the 60s, are sort of Nazified. So, for example, there's the German version. The Beatles are actually German in this timeline, and they're called Die Käfer, and they've got a couple tracks, and it's pretty funny.
What? They made a German Beatles?
Yes. Pretty hilarious in my opinion.
No, that's fantastic. I have to know though, because of how the Beatles look with their iconic style and everything in that timeline, please tell me that someone actually repurposed and remade posters for it.
There are album covers around here somewhere.
This would be the reason why I would lose my speed run, because I would just stop there and look at that and laugh for like 10 minutes. Like, you're losing a lot of time. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble breathing because I'm laughing too hard.
So momentarily we're going to be hijacking this here vehicle so we can get back to the Earth.
Oh my gosh, not this again. Sir.
Hopefully those ones go down quickly and
Sir.
Yeah.
I just want to take them all back to training. Like, I just feel like whatever services you were using, they have failed you tremendously.
Daylight. Cold air.
So we skipped the cutscene here, but we did a bit of crashing, unfortunately.
These things happen. Wait, where in the world did you crash? Based on where... Okay, you at least crashed, it looks like, back on Earth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, we're actually back at the London Nautica, which we visited a couple chapters ago. So we'll be making a return there.
This robot fella.
Here's our bit of action for this run here.
Oh, that had a little bit of an Uncharted energy right there. Just a touch. Only a touch. A crumb, if you will. Oh! Unfortunate. Oh, imagine minding your business, like eating a small biscuit and just standing there to be like, man, it's a really nice day. I'm getting some sun, getting that good vitamin D in. I've got one of my favorite snacks. And then out of nowhere, a dude busts through the window and smashes you against the wall. Like, your day has to suck from there forward. It's like, what do you say to that? What happened to your face? A counter-terrorist flattened me against a wall. Because everyone's gonna look at you and just go, what? Every single
Like, how do you
person.
even respond to that?
Right, like, what do you say? They're just gonna stare at you and be like, you made that up. That's silly. You could have just told us, like, you fell down your stairs or something, and just knowing that no one would ever believe you.
Wow. That was an unfortunate bit of platforming there. Basically, there's like 3 different levels of sort of wreckage there you can jump through. You can skip the middle one, but I got the checkpoint, but missed somehow. So
That's fine. This is
it's
fine.
if you do the skip, sometimes the enemies on this lower floor won't spawn, but that's okay.
Okay. And I'm assuming too it might have had something to do with having to just reset it, because I kind of notice that when it comes to some games with speedrunning and kind of jumping through it fast enough, you can bypass some of those loading animations where it's just like, you know what, they're too far gone. Just keep them in the back. You don't want to try and stop them? Nah, it's cool. Just keep them in the back. Save them for like the next person. So what is this that we're looking at?
So here is the big boy, the London Monitor, which is sort of a mini boss here. It's unfortunate it's so close to the end because he's actually really cool. But yeah, he's a big old robot that's meant to sort of keep order in London, hence the London Monitor. But we'll be making short work of him here, hopefully.
We're gonna have another showcase of. So how do you know this is Nazi tech? Well, sir, I went up, I shot it with a bazooka, and I farted on it, and it fell down. Like, you did what? Listen, I don't know what they're using.
Hopefully I'll be able to get this in 1 sort of cycle, or 2 cycles, I guess.
Also, I love seeing like the little bit of text that says, the damage you're dealing is aggravating the severity of your crime. And it's like, I mean, I'm a counter-terrorist. I don't know that I would be doing my job if I was just letting you destroy stuff.
Go, that's the London Monitor. That's done in 2 cycles. That's crazy.
Nice. Is it not often that you see a 2 cycle?
I mean, or at least for top runners, you'd see it done pretty fast, but oftentimes it's really easy to miss the second cycle, so you have to sit through another one.
Unfortunate. Unfortunate. But man's dead, so it's fine.
Yeah. So right now, where we're back at the Chrysler Circle headquarters, where Frau Engel has actually figured out that we were under there, and she's come and raided the place. So.
Oh, girl with the busted jaw?
Yeah.
I thought we was done with you. Oh my god, she's tiring. The exhaustion is real with her. Well, hopefully by now she has like a face brace or something, or like the swelling has gone down. Maybe, you know what, she probably has good enough insurance and stuff. She got her some nice dentures. I'm praying for her dentures. I mean, that's the easy and fast solution, right? She could have went and got implants, but then we'd have to delay the whole next game by like a smooth 2 years. So I'm gonna say she got dentures. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Although if they have the audacity to show her with no teeth again, I'm actually going to lose it. Because I don't know if I can handle Graham gumming it up while yelling at us a 3rd time. Like, I don't know if my heart can actually deal with that. Because it's like, ma'am, I'm sorry. It's just that you don't have any teeth. Oh, oh my gosh.
I think
Here's the
fortunately
ho-
by the second game she's got her teeth back, but
And they're dentures. I'm willing to bet money that they're dentures. That's the easiest solution on. Oh no, not more trash tin robots. Look at this.
and they are indeed trash then.
Trash tin. Just awful. That outfit is dope. Oh, now this is how you know it's the end of the game, because the people who come in with the smooth ninjutsu also just update all your stuff. And they're like, hey, you're gonna want to wear this and you want to max out, because we're here and we're about to rock it.
Yeah, that's one of the cool things. Caroline is actually paraplegic, but
I was gonna ask if that was the woman that was in the chair.
yeah. So one of the things we actually took from the Dashiko safekeep earlier with the spindly torque was a suit that it's like a Superman suit kind of, where you could, even if you're like close to dying, you could still live in it.
That's actually really, really. I have to cross check something, because that reminds me so much of the suits in Bioshock Infinite. And if you read the lore about the big man suits that they come out and they fight you with them, it's actually very depressing and sad lore, because it's made for the exact same kind of situation. However, in the case of Bioshock Infinite, the problem is that some of those people were put into those suits against their will.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, for people who've played Bioshock Infinite, I don't know if you've ever noticed it before, but if you listen closely to what they're saying while they're fighting you, they're actually asking you to help them get out the suits, and they're screaming that it's painful and that they hate them.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty dark, and like they have no agency over the suits whatsoever. So that's really wild. And I'm wondering if they got kind of like similar ideation between the two games, give or take.
200 meters.
So what we're coming up now, we're actually coming up on the, this is the beginning of the end, coming up on the end of the game. This is the last chapter. And this is the return to Death Head's compound, or as I like to call it, return to Castle Wolfenstein. So we will subsequently be owning this dude.
Yeah, we gotta punch this man. Wait, do we have to see Graham again? I just want to make sure. Please don't make me look at that woman again.
Not physically, but
Okay.
we'll be seeing her again.
Okay.
Well, not in person.
Okay.
Better way to word that.
Whew. Nazi wireball used against y'all. You sure hate that.
Ingly Torque. Funniest name they could have picked for that.
I'm in your house, General. Is this the day?
Dog, see ya.
I think it was just the early puppers that really, really wanted to have like some experience in the game. Oh my gosh! Get out of here! I sure hate it. I sure hate it.
Usually you can skip that dog, but I tend to go for the health back there, so it can make this section where I just get shot at a lot easier. But it can make the dog come get me there. Another funny part about this final sort of part here is literally if you just skip past what we just did, the enemies here don't even spawn, which is hilarious.
Oh wow! It's probably because it's if I had to guess from a design standpoint, it's probably waiting on a certain call for, hey, this room has been cleared out, so go ahead and spawn the next room. And so because that call never got issued, it's just kind of an empty room, which is kind of interesting because it's I think that's a really smart way to handle like your resource management. Then you can have all your world render and just be like, hey, this is when we need to populate. Are you for real? What in the world?
Oh no, it's Booby.
I must say, look at that dirt stash. Look at it. Embrace it. That looked like he's been eating cookies for the last 3 weeks and ain't wiped his lip. You're disgusting. You're disgusting. Absolutely vile. I hate this man.
There's old Meemaw. Though luckily it's only a pre-rendered screen there, but
Yeah, I would say it looks like a pre-render, and it looks like they opted not to have the puffy face aesthetic. They decided she's not going to like she's doing the chubby bunny challenge. That's good for them. She's moving up in the world.
You can see here, Booby Man business. He's got himself a sickle.
Look at you, all your swelling going down. You was doing what your doctor said, and you was taking lots of rest. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. Listen to her doc and everything. Okay, if it didn't have the Nazi swastika on it, that knife is kind of dope.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Oh my god, I cannot deal with this man's mustache. I literally just want to go up and shave it off so bad. So bad. Did you bite him?
Yep, and luckily he will not be having a head in several seconds, so. See ya.
Deuces, dude. Oh, was she on camera for that whole exchange?
Yep.
Interesting. Very interesting.
There's your problem.
Oh, that was dangerous. You can't just be cutting wires like that. And I love, too, that you just straight up took dude's knife and was like, this is my knife now.
This is mine now, yeah.
Yeah, this is mine now. I made this.
William, what happened to you?
I'm just glad that we don't have to look at that mustache anymore.
Let's get out of there. Kinder, let's go.
So here we are, we're coming up on the end of the game. Gonna rescue our friends here, but we still have some unfinished business there to accomplish with Cheryl Deathhead.
Did they leave you on the floor?
Yeah, I always think that's hilarious. That she's like, he
Everyone
knows
just
how close he is to death, and she's like, yeah, okay, we gotta go.
That's why I was just like, everyone is like, you're bleeding. This is terrible. And they walked right over you. It was like, get in this elevator. What?
Clear the room. Alright, here we are. This is the end, pretty much. We'll do this little mini boss here, and then we'll get to the final boss, and then we'll be done.
Oh, wow. Wow. That man punched you in the next week. That was so disrespectful. Yikerinos. And now, do you... Okay, you found some help. I was going to say, do you actually have to do this section with 20 health? Because that would be brutal.
No.
Wait.
We actually skipped it there, but whoever's in that robot is actually based on the choice you made at the beginning of the game. General Deathhead is so sort of insane that he quite literally took the brain of your deceased friend and put them in a robot.
I was just about to say, I saw the commentary at the bottom that said, please kill me. And I was like, wait, you know who's in there? I dislike it. Hate that.
Yeah, it's not great. But we've set Fergus free. So.
Man, they did an exceptional job of making you really want to hate these people.
Yep, there's not a single thing redeemable about any of them. And I respect that.
No, and you're in good shape because you're overhealing, you've got plenty of armor. Life is much, much better, even though you're currently being shot at. You know, sometimes you just get shot at. We accept this.
Happens to the best of us there. So, let's take care of stage 1 here. Owned, okay. Alright, that is stage 1. Now on to stage 2. This is the pretty much almost the end of the end.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I've seen this scene before. I was watching someone's Let's Play a while ago, and I remember seeing this and being like, this actually is a very, very clean way of the game just saying, I hate you.
Yeah.
I've seen this scene before, because yeah, this fight gets absolutely brutal, because you've got all these hazards that are going around. I think the hazards can also kind of shift around and increase, and he doesn't let up. He stays on you the entire time. And it's a really fine combination of trying to navigate hazards, trying to navigate the actual map where you have things that you can and can't travel through, and then keeping some type of consistent fire on the boss proper.
Oh, I died.
What?
I died.
It's a little bit late on my side. That's fine. It's okay. These things happen. These things happen.
Anyway.
But like I was saying too, like just for people who are watching, like yeah, this fight's not. It is not for the faint. It's serious. Unless you want to be this dude who strafes behind pillars, like it. You know, sometimes the bosses are punk made, and you just have to deal with that. Nobody liked that. But yeah, I've seen this before, and this fight is out of control. It's actually bonkers. Yeah, like I remember seeing the person I've seen previously fall down that hole so many times. Now the curiosity question is, the point in which you died, was it close to the end of the fight? Okay, no, I'm seeing it now. You still have, oh gosh.
Here we are, and we're gonna come up on time in 3, 2, 1. That's it. Wolfenstein: The New Order.
Nice. Great. Oh wait, we do have to. Yeah, we gotta make sure this man is dead. Like he's one of those cases that you don't. Oh, are you kidding? Get out of here.
We also end up a little bit dead, but you know.
These things happen, but I feel like, given the reasons of why that went down the way it did, it's very much okay because I'm not gonna be the host that uses blue shell words, but we'll say bump Nazis. We'll say bump Nazis. How about that? But yeah, so all right, awesome. So still under 2-hour run. I think that that's dope. I got to, as a commentator, experience the full game. I am now a professional at talking about Wolfenstein: The New Order. And I wanted to say thank you so much, Anarchy, for showcasing this run. I think this was a great opener. This was fun. This was fantastic. Do you have any type of shout-outs or anything you got for the community that you want to put out there? Or anything that you want to say before you head out for the rest of the runs and hopefully to join us in chat?
I definitely want to thank GDQ for having me on. When I say this has definitely been a dream of mine to be on a GDQ stream. I've been watching GDQ since 2015, and it's now 2022, and I'm 20 years old. That was, what, 6 or 7 years? So I've been watching GDQ forever, so it's a dream come true to be on here. So I really appreciate it. And yeah.
It's not a problem. We're so glad that you decided to join us. Thank you so much for providing a fantastic opening run to a full weekend of Black speedrunners for Unapologetically Black and Fast. I believe that we're going to take a little bit of a break here, and if that is in fact the case, I definitely want to make sure that all of us, we get up for a moment, we stretch, get some of them good stretches in, get a good walk around your house for a bit, get some of that Nazi filth off of you from after this run, get some water, get some snacks, and then we will go ahead and get you set up here for your next run, and we'll be back in a couple of moments.